Back in the 1980s and 90s, I lived in Nashville, Tennessee, and one of the examples of Nashville's culture was that the local daily newspaper, the Tennessean, would often print letters to the editor that were hateful against gay people. And it was just commonplace, and people accepted that in the South. Well, I got a little fed up with it, and at some point I decided to write a letter myself to the newspaper. It's just not right to print letters of hate against one group. They didn't do it against other minority groups, but somehow it was okay to target gays, and I had had quite enough of it. So I wrote a letter to the paper, as I said, shaming them, telling them, you know, there's no other city in the U.S. of this size that would allow this sort of thing to go on, and it's time you stopped. Well, when they received my letter, I received a phone call from the editor of letters, and she thanked me for the letter. She said they were going to print it, and she told me that at the next editorial meeting of her staff, she was going to ask her staff to be more sensitive to this sort of thing. When the letter was printed in the paper, I worked in a fairly redneck environment, and some of my co-workers who did not know that I was gay were pretty up in arms about it. But too bad, most people were on my side and congratulated me for the letter, and I felt really good that I did the right thing, and that perhaps I made one small change in the world by doing that. So that's my story.